Bibia kwaba aha Pinax TV na sede yatena CD na won say update ahodo abeka yensa no na yede bremo now ye hyase a Sammy Gyamfi na watwi mu wa trend pa wo Ghana ha na wo trend for obvious reasons me no mienu yate ho asem efa GoldBod sika bia according to the minority no mususu say GoldBod aboka enti wo say Sammy Gyamfi etimi ba bonten ebekire mu he is trending again for another reason say no ensembisa amanfo ebusa ne say Sammy Gyamfi's life at risk ne nkwa ede Simon na because video bia beto mountain so a etwetwea so kakra amanfo ebusa say ensem we say adan enkofo ta Sammy Gyamfi wo be so oje ne nkwa free ne ensem eno ada na okopie mu ewo Kimpiski Gold Coast Hotel jumedi ya to the National Mining Dialogue 2026 koso sebe etitire nimpon akukudamfo ahemfo amanyofo sebe stakeholders akese a wo ewo mining sector ni mu no eno mu kopie mu ewo dwumedi ase na ho na Sammy Gyamfi a wo the CEO de GoldBod ekopie mu ewo hobi na ne arrival no abusia nipa ba ko obi besie can say one CEO 10 billion can say Bodyguards na say Bodyguards twa Sammy Gyamfi ho ahia no ebi bisa say what is he protecting himself from edien wati bibi what is going on because we there for just a CEO arrival and Bodyguards bebre say now enye se bia han ye ni akasa nsem we but then yen kwhwe video no akasa na yen hwe se de Sammy Gyamfi kodru hotel ho Kimpiski hotel ho no any Bodyguards do a na etwa ne ho ahia mampani kura any this kind of Bodyguards yen hwe video ni bra. And you know, that was how Sammy Gyamfi arrived ewo Kimpiski Gold Coast Hotel. Na ushe said na wo born ho ban wa ushe video yi kure twego ya hwe mrantie kentinka wo mo she black suit wo mo ginegina hwehwehwe tie wo nyina ye kire mu allegedly no wo mo Sammy Gyamfi Bodyguards wo mo born ho ban. And Uncle James said, Sammy Gyamfi, Bodyguards, the omo nurse dodo for just a mere CEO for GoldBod. And cause man penny crowd yen said who near me say into woody and dear unkwa de same what is happening. We just want to know. Na fe yen na yen who said de ye be fan because we de as a ya broso. And you know video way in particular no and a quatrichesa and same way na ede e baye. Nina muno anopai Sammy Gyamfi and central phone shame with de akosom. Efa enra in central function mo de so a NPP the minority in parliament efre omuchemu say sika twitwiri de about 1.7 million US dollars and as say ne a car GoldBod na bo ampese GoldBod ebeyi anom na Sammy Gyamfi aba out abe responded to the minority which him say afenyo markets we ye the minority leader in parliament no say as we ye noise maker wo ma sebe enimonyama na ewo minority leadership nu emu anase minority akonwa ni mu no say emu ye ha. Now the reason being that according to Sammy Gyamfi some minority seats we no people like Osei Mensa Bonsu, people like Papa Wusu Ankoma, people like JH Mensa mo ateki sa seat na sebe wo mo commandia eyeye wo mrahye bedwafie na so say no edru afenyo markings pen so no adani noise making ensem bi obeka bia fact bi anim dede nko a na wode to monten so a me no ka say de Sammy Gyamfi atobi amane afenyo markings yentie ensem a wode etudwa.
Whether I'm G3, well, I believe you should know me better. My good brother Felix says something. He says politics is a contact sport. So when you are involved in politics, you are involved in boxing. you should be ready for tackles, you should be ready for punches. And some of us are vaccinated against political mischief. We've taken the vaccine, so we are not worried at all. But what I want to say is this. If the one under whose tenure has bought chairman as ECG, where ECG recorded a loss of 8.2 billion, is not facing any onerous bail terms, and how can SAMMY GYAMFI, under whose tenure the GoldBod has exported 170 tons of gold through former channels and brought into this country over 17 billion United States dollars in 1.5 years, face onerous bail terms? Under your tenure, not a gram of gold produced in Ghana was refined in Ghana. Today, over 9 metric tons just this year of gold we have bought refined in Ghana. We are changing the value addition story. So you see, such statements are reckless. They are what I call the fanciful efficiencies of, of a palm wine bar. You take it as comic relief. And it is very sad. You see, when we say this, he says we are not insulting him. This is somebody occupying a seat once occupied by the Venerable J.H. Mensah, the Venerable Papa Uzuankoma, or Seiche Mensah Bonsu. Look at the depth and the substance of these personalities. When they rose to speak on Parliament, look at the command they commanded across the aisle. And look at how this seat has now been so bastardized and depraved by a noisemaker who cannot even read and research and get his facts right. So I will go to prison in his brain, and I will have onerous bill terms in his brain. I'm not afraid of any intimidating tactics, because we are serving Ghana in good conscience, and our resource and posterity will speak for us. Thank you very much.
I was the CEO of GoldBod, SAMMY GYAMFI, na yete nsemwa wode etuja. One day we chiremwa, uhune se afenyo markings, honorable, minority leader in parliament. Ninsembia wakekano, enye factual. Sebi enye onye nshishemu onye he. So sorry ya no abekasa. Anka said the predecessors like or say Mensah Bonsu aye ni ade no enga no na wo so wotieti mu na nye dede enti dede na wo enti amasa be wakasa kra ma hye bedwafie obia enye den entie ne nsemu a woka na SAMMY GYAMFI kasa ye mu no wasan kasa ya wo twem sesese no wa throw challenge de ama eye yera afenyo markings. Now the question is, challenge very important, and as SAMMY GYAMFI athroyi ediama afenyo markets. Ultimu say no, SAMMY GYAMFI is not going lighter on afenyo markets. Afenyo markets say he would bring the game on there, and yeah, onunsu are you ready? Bring it on, bring it on. Are you ready? It is also a trade challenge ediama afenyo markets. What challenge is that? Inkuti infi on one ho.
I humbly submit, must not condone and entertain the deliberate propagation of lies in the face of glaring evidence to the contrary. Now, friends from the media, after adducing these indisputable findings of the Auditor General to puncture the lie that the GoldBod made losses in 2025, Afenyo Markin and his associates quickly abandoned this line of attack and have now sought refuge in the recently published IMF report on the Bank of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing could be further from the truth. First, nowhere in the under-referenced IMF reports is GoldBod accused by the IMF as having caused the losses reported to have been incurred by the Bank of Ghana under the domestic gold purchase program. I challenge Afenyo Markin to point to any page, paragraph, sentence, phrase, or punctuation mark in the said reference reports of the IMF where the GoldBod was accused by the IMF as the entity responsible for losses incurred by the Bank of Ghana. In summary, ladies and gentlemen, what the IMF report states is that Bank of Ghana incurred losses through the sale of gold under its domestic gold purchase.
SAMMY GYAMFI, the CEO of a GoldBod and nati0n, and the challenge in the same. The IMF reporter, a minority leader, and in a pathway, Jina Switcher say GoldBod Abokano. Wamonkofa report in Emra, Romo Metchere, baby potia, IMF ni state say a GoldBod and a desakano, Ababesha Ghana for. So much to be children there and you're fine. Nemo, Omonti and Cheredia, that you say, they all cano, say on honorable Alexander Afenyo Markins, he speaks baseless because fact bianca hono na no kre. Now for those of us yen share that anti Afenyo Markins, the minority womo claims womo make enen sembia womo keka about a car GoldBod edi abano yebewa kotie enran central phone shemudi womo yen. Some of the highlights are Afenyo Markins edibeto montin, so no speculating and I say pinpointing the fact say omunim di omo kan because they have proof. SAMMY GYAMFI say mufa proof ni yeden embra yenko in central phone shemudi na sene enti nsem nembra
gold keke munko tono gold munko ton gold munko boka 22 billion cedis afi baako ya kan no mu fizo mu didi atemu a na ya bohu na mu di eti ebubom enti no ye de aye kan se ya mincha de parliament ebebie ye nua no se onu de ope debate ya ti asesa ye penisa na ye debate bia ye kohye kuko bie mu aye ye pese ye kai ne se so ope debate a go ball for so mu pe debate a omudin kan enkanche majority for because ye di kan the first motion by no yes yen debate na yema GoldBod embra na yenye enhwehwemu no majority for no mo say omuntie ensentro for amu nyina mu ni inti no parliament bia ye the motion for eba some motion where ye be dealing with the $1.7 billion, which is equivalent of 22 billion no, and no sa ekano and ye be somono GoldBod wo. It is a GoldBod for say oma ye krado dia. Omudi kan chair new majority leader. Onimnyam for agaga non ti ase se. En koba ne se omudi 189 no ebe bloko. Yes, speaker so say emotion no eba more for technicalities in ba. Na koba ne say ya approve ye ni say for the sake of governance, for the sake of transparency. We the minority will not relent on this. The GoldBod has thrown a challenge that it is ready to debate this issue. If indeed it is ready, then we propose to the majority, don't stop us the second time. Don't use your 189 to vote against an invitation to GoldBod for a probe into what accounted for the 22 billion losses.
Minority led by Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markins and Ayate and Semomudia to Yomusu ready for the challenger GoldBod. De ama omono enti omunhia e wo mrahye bedwafie na afi asem no wo mumpe anopomasibire humu nukure nyina na ye be free GoldBod eni SAMMY GYAMFI nsemi so na menewo e kase yakwakopi